Sup nerds? Please do not harass the user in question. These videos are purely intended to aid those in the OC and art community, and I will request that you do the same. If you do go witch hunting, you will not have my support. Hello girls and gals, it's your favourite neighbourhood ghost girl here, and welcome to our first ever artist critique. Basically, I've been on DeviantArt for close to 10 years, and I'm not the best on there, I never claimed to be, but I've definitely learned some tips and tricks, and I hope to share those with others in the community. I think it's the best way to do it. I'd like to state first off that I do not approve of ranting so much on other users, of poking fun and ridiculing. I am more trying to give advice and help, so let's keep it friendly. So our first ever artist today is DelicateDogDraws. I actually found this artist after they posted a journal requesting specifically that someone give them a critique. They said they want to improve their art and they would really appreciate someone's advice. So I had a flick through the gallery and it seems that they focus mostly on animal anatomy, dogs to be specific. The anatomy is very good and there's very few problems with each of them. In fact, I myself am terrible at drawing dogs, so I take my hat off to you for doing so. They have a really cool cartoony style that I really appreciate. I like the little tufts of fur and the eyes especially are really good. And generally their colour palettes are also really pleasing to the eye and not too offensive, although we'll take a look at some in particular just to be difficult. So as you can see, their gallery is fairly extensive for someone who joined DeviantArt literally this week. So I'm going to take 3 pieces and critique each of them separately and then give a general overview. So the first piece here is Fluttershy. Now I'll tell you right now, I'm not a fan of My Little Pony, not that I judge you if you are, each to their own, but personally I don't really know much about it, although having worked with children in the past, I am very familiar with the characters. So I know exactly who this is looking at it, which is really good considering it's a completely different style from the actual show. And I'm going to put my hands up here, and please don't hate me, but I think I prefer Delicate Dog's style here. It's really interesting, I like the long legs, although it seems that it's at a bit of an angle, either that or the front legs are shorter than the back legs. But I like the long slender lines of the legs. I also like the more elegant long wings. And I really like the little tuft of fur at the front and on the ears. I know that doesn't make a lot of sense for a horse. They're not a particularly fluffy animal in general. But it's still really good and I really like it. It could do with some more shading, however, as on the hair and the head it looks a little flat in some places. But overall it's an excellent piece and I really enjoy it. Piece number 2 is just called Cheap Dog Adoptable. And whoa, colours, god damn. Now I know I'd said that generally the colour palette is quite pleasing to the eye. This one, I had to be awkward and pick the one that is just so out there. Don't get me wrong, this is really cute. I love its expression. I love the little tail and the ears. But, whew, are those colours unique, especially for a dog. Good piece, but I would generally stick to your more calm and neutral colours from your other pieces. I do enjoy this one as something different, however, and once again the anatomy is awesome. I would say, however, that the back legs seem to be a little too long and the knees seem to be a little too far down, just a little. But other than that, it's excellent and I love it. Finally, we're going to move on to piece 3. This is known as Ashley the Rich Mum, or Mom, if you're American. I've had a look over and Ashley is an original character of theirs. She's just a mother who happens to be well off. She seems a little, from her expressions, a little indifferent, possibly a little stuck up, and I apologise if I'm picking that up wrong, but that's what it seems to me. The artist herself has stated that she's not very familiar with human anatomy, drawing-wise, obviously, but I have to say this is really good. I love the line work, although it can be a little too rough and jagged in some places. The hair's really good, although seems to be missing on the other side. I would add in an extra line where the fringe is. just so it doesn't look like it's all growing on one side of her head. The shading here, the gradients in the hair, showing that little bit of light, they're fantastic and I love it. However, as you said, the anatomy could do with a little bit of work. I can't tell if this line here above the dress is supposed to be cleavage or just a line to show the end of her arm, but either way it's not quite placed right. It either needs to be more centred and down for cleavage or more to the right for the cut off of the arm. Also, the shoulder doesn't seem to be quite right on the right hand side where her hand is reaching up. I won't comment on hands because if you look at my own hands right now, I'm not, I don't have the right to comment. Other than that little piece of anatomy work there, I think it's brilliant for one of your first attempts, and it's a fantastic style, it really is. I love the eyes, and the shape of the face as well is really good. And with the shading onto the dress and onto the hair, it definitely stands out from the rest of your pieces, so it's brilliant. So this was just a little short and sweet one, I suppose. Overall, I think this artist has definite potential. The work's brilliant. It's only got minor problems here and there that could be easily adjusted. My suggestions for you, I would maybe try scanning your work so that you're not having to take photographs of it, and possibly even trying digital artwork in that way. Usually when I do my own artwork, like myself here, Ghost Girl, hello, I draw it out by hand first, then scan it, and use that to change it to digital artwork, and better by hand. And I personally don't have a lot of the equipment that the bigger artists use, and it's a system that definitely works for me. It's something I've adjusted to, and it's definitely working much better than my old artwork did, so it's something I would suggest giving a go. I would also suggest that you try adding some backgrounds to some of your artwork, which would be a lot easier done if you did try doing it digitally. Even just a colour or gradient or something, so it's not always just on the plain white flat background, just something a little more pleasing to look at I think would be good. But overall, I absolutely loved every piece in your gallery. I found it fantastic, and I think with a little work you will have one hell of a fan base on DeviantArt. So once again, that was just a little short and sweet one, my first attempt at an artist review. If you liked it, then please leave a like and comment below. If you'd like me to have a look at some of your characters for my OC reviews, or your page in general for your artist critiques, then please let me know on my DeviantArt. The link can be found on the channel. And if you hear from my speed art, then stay tuned. I promise there's more on the way soon. Thanks for watching, my little ghosties, and I'll see you next time.